So Fred, can you tell me about how Maplewood decided to pass a Cities for Peace resolution?
Well, we decided in January, and we decided because to many Maplewoodians, it was time in terms of the amount of carnage that has gone on in this war, the cost, the fact that it was predicated on a fraud. Some of us thought there really were weapons of mass destruction to be searched at. Turns out there weren't any, so the whole war is illegal. And this illegality is costing us at the local level incredible amount of money. Maplewood's prorated cost of the war, if you just do it on a population basis, is $83 million in federal money. Now, of course, that wouldn't all come to us if there were no war, but that gives you a sense of the dimension of the money that could be available for different projects: health, public safety, education. Things are so important to local communities that we have to pay out of our local property tax bill because the federal government essentially defaults in many of these areas.
And what do you hope to accomplish coming here to Washington today?
I want to make it known that in many ways the towns and cities are taking up by default many of the national programs that the federal government, the Bush administration, ought to be implementing. A good example is the environment. Maplewood is a very green community in New Jersey. We're one of the leaders. And we are adopting measures which do a lot of good for our own town, but they also, because they involve things like greenhouse gas emissions, affect the larger region, out of state, affect the whole world. This is truly a national cost as to which the federal government, the Bush administration, is not doing its share. Local governments are, and we are not being compensated for it in the way we should, primarily because so much money is being spent on this unjust, illegal war.
Now, you're going to be taking your petition or your city council resolution over to the White House in a little while. What are you going to tell the president?
Well, if we get an opportunity to speak to the president, I will tell him that this is the tip of the iceberg. 70% of the American people are now against this war. 60 to 80% of the Iraqi people are against it. You wonder where the support is, what the rationale is with this kind of sentiment. And it's growing all across the United States, and that's what this movement here today is all about.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.